Good afternoon and welcome to our MVM News Midday Edition. Today in the morning, a man of 21 years went to the prosecutor's office. Apparently, he was kidnapped by a criminal group and was forced to work for them. This case was spread around the world, and even the United Nations is taking hands into this. In Bogota, our journalist Francisco Orozco will tell us more details.
Here we are at the General Prosecutor's office, where the man have arrived with his clothes with holes and multiple worms. He was very agitated when he entered. Now he's with the police and they are asking him questions to know who are the responsible of this. Now the police have some hypotheses of who could be or what could be the reasons for this. Their first hypothesis is that the man was sequestrated and then he was forced to be a slave to work for these criminals. And their second hypothesis is that this man was the second hypothesis is that the man was an enemy of a criminal group and they kidnapped them for making like a bank. Mr. Rogelio, wait a minute. Could you tell us please what happened?
Okay, I was in a party with two friends, and the last thing I can remember is that I had a glass of Coca-Cola with me. And when I woke up, I was in a room, in an empty room, when I had chains in my hands and in my feet. They entered into the room and put a box in my head. Then I don't know where I was taken, but the only thing that I can remember is that I was with other people. I wasn't the only one, and I only talked with one, and I made an escape with him, and he died in the process. The thing that I can remember is that they make us to work in drugs. They made us to cook drugs, and that's all.
Okay, Mr. Sorry for all that you have to leave, and thank you for giving this information. But this is not the first time that things like that happen in Colombia, or even in the world. Colombia is currently a major exporter of slaves in the world. The majority of people who are kidnapped in Colombia are trafficked to first world countries such as Holland, Germany, Russia, China, Japan, and others. The majority of these people are women, to whom they promise a world where they will earn a lot of money as models, but finally they are deceived and taken to these countries, forcing them to prostitute themselves. The Colombia embassy in Japan has taken this problematic very personal and tried to put an end to this great criminal network. Currently in the world, slavery is more seen than in previous years. Slavery, despite being so judged by people, is seen in any corner of the world. In countries such as Brazil, in which they capture children to take them to work in mines without the right to salary and with very little food, and with also very little food. In other countries of the Middle East, they also kidnap street children and force them to work in textile factories. In the countries of Europe and Asia, women are trafficked to be sexually exploited and tortured. In the 21st century, slaves are those people who are kidnapped by criminal networks or by the same government and are forced to do things against their own will. For example, women are kidnapped by criminal networks and forced to be sex workers. Children are also forced to work in mines and factories, which apart from being child exploitation, it's also slavery. The first article of human rights says, all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights, and endowed as they are with reasons and conscience. They should behave fraternally towards each other. But even so, slavery continues to be given in spite of being totally illegal, and is used even by the government. Even though they use the bad excuse that the means justifies the means, this is because in many governments they kidnap destitute people and make them to work for the government.